Hello friends, earlier I was convinced that Arya will kill Cersei. But this would be stupid. And now there is a high chance it will be Jaime Lannister who will put an end to Cersei's evil. Unless Cersei wins the Great War, which would probably cause mutiny and riots in the streets, someone is going to have to kill her. There won't be any such thing as permanent exile because anyone with half a brain could never trust the ruthless ruler to slink away and never return. There will be a bloody end for Cersei, one way or another. Now fans are speculating over who is going to be the one to take down Cersei. With no shortage of enemies, it could be so many different people. One of the most devastating moments of last week's episode, besides when Jon Snow dissed and dismissed his direwolf ghost, was when Jaime Lannister fled from Brienne of Tarth and headed for King's Landing. The scene made it seem like he might be going to reconcile with his sister because he still loves her in a twisted way. But there are plenty of GOT fans who think he's really heading there to put a stop to her, even if it means murder. Throughout the course of the show, the relationship between these siblings has evolved from sordid and united in their scheming into something more complex. The deaths of their children, Cersei's rise to the Iron Throne, Jaime coming to terms with his sister's megalomania and realizing he can survive with her, these are just a handful of ways the relationship between the Lannister twins has slowly crumbled over the course of seasons 7 and 8. Jaime's journey back to King's Landing from Winterfell is a long one, and that gives a man time to think. Jaime's final speech to Brienne highlighted one ugly truth: Jaime knows Cersei is hateful, and he is hateful, too. That bond is an awful one, but it's still strong enough to pull Jaime back to Cersei even when he's presented with the option of staying in Winterfell and starting fresh with Brienne. Plenty of people could end up killing Cersei, but none will be as satisfying as if Jaime does it. Another theory is that Jaime started off Game of Thrones by throwing Bran out a window to protect him and his sister's relationship. So it would be rather ironic if he killed Cersei this way. Cersei falling to her death would have another layer too, since Tommen killed himself by stepping out a window after his mother had burned everyone in the Sept of Baelor. While some fans worry that Daenerys will turn into the Mad Queen like her father, which is seeming a bit more likely after The Last of the Starks, there's already a Mad Queen on Game of Thrones with Cersei. She has used wildfire to take out her enemies before. So if she plans to use wildfire again, Jaime may have no choice but to do what he did with King Aerys and stab her in the back. So, that's another option. The scene before Jaime leaves Winterfell involves him finding out that Cersei has sent Bronn to kill both him and Tyrion. Not only does she send Bronn, but she sends him, hilariously, with the same giant crossbow that Tyrion used to kill their father, Tywin, at the end of Season 4. The message Cersei is sending is that she views both brothers as having betrayed her and the Lannister name. Cersei couldn't bring herself to kill Jaime when he left her in King's Landing in Season 7. So somewhere in his mind, up until now, he's probably been telling himself that she still has at least a smattering of love in her heart for him. But sending Bronn, a man who saved both Tyrion and Jaime's lives repeatedly, with the giant traitor weapon as the kind of gleeful cruelty that Jaime knows Cersei tends to reserve for her worst enemies. So when he decides directly after his encounter with Bronn to abandon Brienne and the happiness they've just found together to ride back into Cersei's lair, he's probably not doing it with the expectation that Cersei will welcome him with open arms. From Jaime's point of view, Cersei hiring Bronn to kill him could mean that she lied about being pregnant to begin with, or that she's since had a miscarriage. Either way, Jaime understands better than anyone that with no future child in the picture, there really is nothing Cersei cares about at this point except holding on to the throne and striking down all her enemies, which makes her a threat to, well, everyone. And there's a prophecy in the books, one the show has referenced, that says Cersei will die at the hands of her younger brother. In Martin's novel A Feast for Crows, Maggy delivers a prophecy about Cersei becoming queen. She also foretells that Cersei will have 3 children. That part is repeated practically word for word on the TV show. But on the show, the scene ends before Maggy's last sentence in the book, which is, "And when your tears have drowned you, the Valonqar shall wrap his hands about your pale white throat and choke the life from you." Valonqar is a High Valyrian word meaning little brother. Cersei has clearly always interpreted this prophecy to mean that Tyrion will kill her, and it definitely explains her long-standing hatred and mistrust of him. But Jaime is also her younger brother. Though they're twins, Cersei is the elder, and that means Jaime could also be a candidate for the job. Anyways, this is for certain. Seeing Cersei meeting her fate would be the next big satisfying thing on the show. Enough for now. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.